You might have heard of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, a fire so terrible that it burned 3.3 square miles from the center of the city of Chicago, left 100,000 people homeless, and killed 300. You might even think that the Great Chicago Fire was the worst, deadliest fire in American history, and you might be surprised to find out that the Great Chicago Fire wasn't even the worst, deadliest fire in the American Midwest on that day. The news of the Great Chicago Fire overshadowed the news of another fire in a little town in Wisconsin called Peshtigo, just 250 miles away, that occurred on the exact same day, October 8th, 1871. Estimates of death in the fire range as high as 2,500, but it's impossible to tell because the records in towns like Peshtigo and Brussels and a dozen other small towns that were burned to the ground were all destroyed, so no one really knows how many died, but many times the number that died in the fire in Chicago. Since Peshtigo was some 2 days from the nearest telegraph, the news only slowly eked out and was overshadowed by the news of the Great Chicago Fire, a fire with far fewer casualties, but more witnesses.